Hey guys, welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. Patara with you this afternoon, wanting to talk to you about some questions that I'm getting, and it's all about roosters. So we're moving into chick season. It's February 1st. It is 67 degrees out here. I've cleaned this out, cleaned everywhere, been working with the animals all day, did some homeschooling. But I have questions that are coming in through here and through my YouTube channel about roosters. So let's talk about it. Now let me tell you right now, I understand I'm not going to change a lot of y'all's opinion about roosters, how to maintain roosters, if you should have a rooster, all of these things. This is a huge topic. Okay, if you are living somewhere that can't have a rooster, then don't get a rooster. If you live somewhere where you shouldn't have chickens and basically you're not permitted to, don't get them. Change your circumstance. But the question is about, are too many roosters dead weight on a homestead? Is an injured rooster dead weight on a homestead? Well, let me explain my philosophy about roosters. Okay, first of all, you need to do what works best for your farm, and you need to look at what your goals are. Okay, but I want you to think about a different scenario. I really want you to think about a different scenario. Helping an injured rooster to some people, especially if you already have other roosters, has been pointed out as being, like I said before, might be dead weight. I can understand how you can come up with that, because a lot of folks don't want to feed what is not producing, what is not productive, all of the above. But I want you to think about a crisis scenario. How are we going from talking about a rooster to a crisis scenario? Well, I think it's something that needs to be discussed and to be thought about, not necessarily to change what you're doing right now, but to think about things for long term or down the road. If nothing else, I think that society, the homesteading community, needs to reevaluate the importance of a rooster. I think single-handedly they are the most unappreciated animal on a homestead. Period. We think that they are just these cocky, stubborn, entities that are walking around that are, could poke your eyeballs out all day long. Well, that may be true in many instances. But you need to understand that the rooster is also doing his job. Now, I understand you're going to sit there and go, tell you what, girl, any of them roosters ever cause me a problem or get hurt, they're going in my Dutch oven. I get it. But if you're in a crisis scenario, okay, where you are relying on your own self-sustainability, I don't care how mean that rooster is, you would be a fool to put him in your crock pot. Now, I'm not saying to go outside today and get injured and to subject your children and your small animals to a flogging rooster. That's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying here is they are extremely important, and a rooster that is doing his job, which is protecting your flock, he's working for you. He really is. And if you hadn't really thought about it, he's half your flock, because without a good rooster that's providing you fertile eggs, how are you going to give fertile eggs to a broody hen in a crisis scenario to grow your flock? That is a food source for you. Again, we can go through lots of scenarios with how lots of different things that are going on in industry and the underappreciation and the devaluation of a male chicken, okay? And they're not treated very nicely, okay? That's not what the video is about, because I can't necessarily change that. What I want to do is say, yes, I think you need to always do what's best for your farm. If you don't want a rooster, that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not trying to talk trying to talk anybody into getting anything they don't want or can't have. But what I want you to do is to sit back one afternoon, or like right now, I'm watching this fella over here. He's not the friendliest bird on my farm. It is my full cream leg bar Vanderbilt. I have to respect him, and he has to respect me, and I have to work with this rooster. Why do I choose that? I choose that because his genetics are really good. Number two, I look at him as a tremendous protection for all of my girls over here. Number three, if I got into a crisis scenario and he's one of my best roosters with what I just described, it doesn't matter how much flogging he does. I'm going to try to work with that. This is his area over here. This is his domain. I will find ways to always work with them if I can. Some of the best homesteaders I know, Miss Homestead Lady, for example, this is something we've talked about very, very often. She loves white rocks, and she will be the first to tell you that white rock roosters aren't necessarily the friendliest out there, but they have an important ability to protect the flock, which, as she will tell you, if you're in a scenario where you're trying to expand on your food supply, get lots of eggs, keep a flock going, and he's protecting those girls, you're going to do everything you can to work with that rooster. So, to go back to the question, which was dead weight, that's another reason why I wanted to work with my rooster. When an animal gets injured on my farm, I like to know that I've done everything that I can before I have to make a decision with that animal. Doesn't matter which animal. I am very much pro going to the vet, calling the vet up here. Animal husbandry is very important here. I think it's important to make judgment calls when and if and how an animal is suffering. I'm very I'm sorry, I am very much for spaying and neutering all of my pets. I think that if you want to expand on a lot of things, go down to the local shelter and look how a lot of people, have done that. But my point is, I want to work with my animals as much as possible because that's also education. Now, they're not a science experiment, but working with a rooster, seeing how their temperament might be, the different things that I can do to help them respond. If Rooster Man was the only rooster on this farm and he had gotten injured, you better believe you would be doing everything in your power to make sure he tried to recover, if you could do so in a very positive and humane way. So the next time you're out, I didn't know you were in there laying an egg. I thought you were outside. I got a visitor right here. I'm just saying the rooster has a tremendous value. They are an important food source, if nothing else. They are a source of protection for your hens. Let's give them a little bit more respect, because they might at some point be what saves you and your farm. If you like this video, like and subscribe. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest as my big boy comes over here to investigate what are we doing. Hey, buddy. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you at the Great Appalachian Homesteading Conference. We're having Chickens for Children, and we're going to talk about all topics, because it's not just about what we do. It's about getting the kids involved and the future homesteaders. Y'all take care of there. Hey, brother. Hey, sister. What are you doing? Did you sneak in here? Are you gonna lay me an egg? Yeah? I know. Okay, I'm gonna leave you alone so you can do that, okay? All right, I'm gonna leave you alone now.